What is looking inviting, Stacia? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another fine day and episode with AB Investments. Mm, Look, almost everything today is matching. Even my ankle brace. Oh, the boat. Yeah, the canoeing. Amazing times. We should all do a canoeing trip. Actually, that sounds like fun in the summer. We all should do it. 1 second. Okay, great. Looping is fun too. Got that. Now everybody wants to start, you know, contacting me. All right, guys. So what are you all guys all up to today? What are we doing? I've been so conflicted on um, the USDC Go. That was this past summer. The end of it was the last day before they shut down. That it was in the fall actually. Sorry. Um, One moment, guys. One moment, guys. Let me go ahead and just. I'm gonna restart this restream, but I will join you back in about 5. All right, guys. I am back. Sorry for leaving. Just the weather is so great outside, so I was like, you know what? Might as well do this out here. Hey, we just got home from the gym. As F. Uh, I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. Young finest. And yes, you are not alone, Stacia. Like I said, we all should go to do say hi to the baby. Did you guys say hi? I'm watching. But yeah, this is one of the homes that we own here in Cincinnati. It's a great, really great location. It's literally right next to campus and the hospital. So needs a lot of makeover. end of the day, value is in the land and the structure itself. They will pay whatever just to get us out of here, and that's the point of why I own it. Okay. Yeah. I have my small businesses to take care of, the two businesses. But as far as the trading, that's what I like to do. That's for fun, you know. It's my fun thing. So, you know, when I was younger, when I was on the way to try to, you know, just work for myself, as I told you guys in one of my previous lives, that it's all about, for me personally, AB's mission in life was to work for himself and just to be his own boss at the end of the day. You know, I can proudly say that I was doing that since I was 21. I have not worked for anyone since I was 21. Now, that's not like something where it's like I'm being like, you know, against people or the system. No, that's not the case. I just take pride in knowing that I'm playing Monopoly with my own life, and look at me, I'm still standing, you know. Did not approach another entity and, you know, rely fully on myself. That was my dream when I was 18. I went, made a plan. You guys watched the AB story, I suppose. And you know, I've been living it. So to me, I'm like living my dream. And people just don't know, like, the kind of things that you have, especially when you're from, if you're not just set in the US, you get to invest in so many different places. That way you can take care of yourself, you know, on a bigger scale, rather than just like, you know, if shit basically hits the fan in one region, you got assets out somewhere else as well, you know. So and some places like here, the dollar might not mean much, might not buy much, but in some other places it buys a whole lot, and you can live off like a king. Like, you know, I know there's places where you can, with 500,000, just 500,000, you live like a king. You just knowing what to do with it, whether down in Mexico or South America, or whether down in the Middle East in some places. Oh my God, you'll live like a king. Live like a king and a queen. Jeffrey is in the house. Future Will is in the house. Yes, I'm waiting for all of you guys so we could kickstart off this fine long weekend. Did you guys say hi to the Jixer? Jen is in the house. Welcome, welcome. Uh-oh. Young, knowing you, I wouldn't be surprised why you chose those two countries. Such a twisted, dirty 21-year-old. What's up, brother? In the world, but I have respect for them because they had a lot of crazy legends who played with them. Zidane, Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, so many, Vigo, Beckham, so many, man, so many. So I'm a bigger fan of, obviously I'm a diehard Barcelona fan, but I'm a bigger fan of the game itself, football. So, yep, it is what it is. And this one is a special jersey too. It's like it's super rare. You won't find this jersey too often, too around. Lime green. Yeah, the AMC walk. What's up, KGW? You know, it's just because the weather is rarely that good here in the Midwest, and whenever it is, it's kind of like a hit and miss. It's like, hey, let me catch it outside. Let's feel good. And plus, I'm dealing with an ankle issue. That's why I haven't been able to go play soccer or basketball in over a month now. So unfortunately, I gotta. This is the best I could do, is this walk. I'm itching. So hopefully I could get healed up. I'm going next week for an MRI, X-ray first, and then MRI. Hopefully there's no tears, because it's been much longer than what it's supposed to take for a quick, you know, ankle sprain. It's much worse. I'm from all over the place. I was born in Jordan. Let me take a seat. I was born in Jordan as a kid. When I was 8 going on to 9, we moved to the US. So I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn. And then after that, my dad was like, cigarettes were too expensive in New York. So he had to make an executive decision. I had no choice. I just had to go with it. And that executive decision, he brought us over to Cincinnati because it was just right over the bridge from Kentucky where the cigarettes are the cheapest. Foreign people, they're like cigarettes or especially the previous generation, their cigarette smoking habit is real. And they just sit there like it's crazy how they are with it. I don't know. I can't explain it. Anyways, but yeah, let's get going with this. Tubing, I like it. Yes, it is, but it's not as much. It's still like in Cincinnati. It's like here's the thing: if it was in Columbus, maybe it's a little more diverse, but in Cincinnati, it's still a little conservative. It's growing, but it's still a little conservative. So it's only some parties have a little more. There are still minorities and majorities. We'll put it that way, just to be cool. Abdul, what's up, brother? How are you? So I wanted to bring up a couple of things, guys, and talk about. There's some questions I got from. One of them was Mrs. Tahiti. Hopefully, she slides through at some point, so I can address this right here. Um, the hype, all this hype about the 50 billion in digital assets. Like many of you got to know that this thing is not rolling yet. It's gonna be probably like beginning of June, sometime that time. But it is not that big of a deal. Like people are tying it over to AMC and GameStop, and if you are, then this has nothing to do with AMC and GameStop. Like I understand Lou is the favorite, and he's like telling everyone to oh my God, this is like the hype, but this is what he's always been doing. This is the story of Lou. It's always been the same situation. Now, is he does it have anything to do with AMC and GameStop? No, I don't see anything that has to do with it. I think I see the whole picture, but I'm not commenting completely on it yet, until I feel like see which side is gonna win, unless they're both correlating within each other. Because there's two scenarios here, and AB is gonna reveal to you a couple of things that are going on in his head. They both could be not exact, but again, I don't look at what is in front of me. I look at what's ahead and look at the whole picture at the end of the day. He's just entertaining. Yeah, well, a lot of people go say that to a lot of his following. A lot of his following lost a lot of money, and yeah, it wasn't so entertaining, was it? But yeah, I get it. He is funny. So what I see completely, guys, here's how I see it. There's two things that I see. Obviously, with the way that the world is going and the recession that we're heading into, we are ready as a world in the world right now. Before this whole stable coin and before this, I said stable coin. Before all this 50 billion digital dollar talk and everything, the world is already at 92% digital money. Like the 92% of the world's money is already circulating digitally. And I mean, it is digital because you use, your ATM and all that stuff. So that's already the case. So on a practical level, we're looking at just a complete shift from that system to a new system, and it's going to be a new currency system. For those of you who thinks that this 50 billion was about this 50 billion digital USDC, CDC, whatever you want to call it, dollars coin is to continue the dominance of the dollar, then you need to make sure you understand. Like, you need to worry. You need to take a couple steps back and worry, because there's two possibilities here. It could be, the way I see it, that this is actually the way that they're trying to do that, and that's why you have managements, like investment managements like BlackRock, who's the largest investment manager in the world, almost 10 trillion, 12 trillion, anywhere between 8 to 12 trillion dollars in investment management that they're taking care of for people. So as far as assets, no one's got it more than the BlackRock. The thing is, BlackRock has and JP Morgan has been talking so down on Bitcoin and the other cryptos, yet their investments show otherwise. This is welcome to the free world, guys. Now we're in open waters. We're not in local rivers or any regular country sea. No, we're in open waters. That's where we at. And now you don't even know if like the great white shark that is approaching you, or if it's a whale, or if it's a megalodon, if that thing still exists, we don't even know. But you're about to find out. We're about to find out right now, soon. Not extremely soon. Don't take this confusing. Don't confuse my words for like next week soon. Like I said, that coin doesn't even do anything until June sometime. And again, that's just like a trial run, the way that I see it, the way that they're talking about it. But from what it looks like, 10 other countries, guys, are creating their own stable coin as well, their own digital coin. Mexico is already doing their own, or if they already have their own, possibly. I know Israel has been working with their shekel as well. What else? We have Nigeria, and all the other countries. I think we're going to jump on it. Now, here's the two things that I'm thinking about. Are BlackRock, and again, I'm going to share all this stuff with you guys, and let's see if any of you guys, again, we're a family, so it doesn't matter who comes up with it. As long as somebody comes up with it, share it with the rest of the family. And I know other YouTube places, they listen to some AB content, and they listen and they like what AB does, I guess, in some cases, and they take it over. It doesn't matter, as long as we all get what we need, which is an overall understanding to what's about to happen before it happens. I don't, honestly, let's be honest, guys. What's the point of reporting news if it's out there? I don't need somebody to report the news to me, because there's nothing that I could do to benefit from it. I need someone to tell me a rumor that is about to become news. And I think that's here what I do. That's why yesterday I told you guys to look up Circle and start doing, because I don't, besides other YouTubers who tell you what they need to tell you, and then you go along with their narrative and keep making you feel like you need them to continue your journey in life, or to continue going forward. If this was Lou, he would be like, not for me. It's an ambulance, it's not even police. So I'm glad it's not for me. But we need to, like, my thing with you guys is that we all are equal, and I want everybody to be on the same page. And at the same time, if there is some way to figure something out, I'd like to share it with you guys, so that you are actually learning. You're not just coming to my channel so that you could be like, oh, I need to go to his channel because I need him, or I need the information that he shares, or whatever. No, I'm trying to get everybody to learn, and also in the same time learn from you guys as we go along. Because I told you guys, I'm a student, I'm not a teacher. But if I do know some stuff that others don't know, or techniques that others don't know, I'm all game on sharing all that with you guys. Because at the end of the day, we're not taking where we're going eventually in life, we're not taking any of this with us. None of it. So I might as well feel great, or be remembered by some beautiful apes before that does happen. All right, let me just put my pants up real quick. I kid you guys, I no joke. The other day I tried to, like 2 weeks ago when the weather was good again as well, I was trying to do one out here as well. And I have a fence, you see, and it takes it away from McDonald's and everything. It's just that location, you see, right over there. You could probably see the symbol for UC behind that building, University Hospital. So like this location is just so prime. I get so many people that, like so many companies and realtors that come and try to purchase this location away from us because they can do so much with it. It's just so like UC is expanding so much, so they need all the space they can get. And my answer is always no, because I'm waiting until the perfect time comes, when it's a way for me to personally say, hey, in case shit hits the fan, and we don't know sometimes what part of the ceiling, as much as you want, and sometimes some things could happen and go the extra mile that you thought you never even saw coming. None of us saw coming. No matter how much you prepare, sometimes some things just happen. It's just like opening up a business. You write up your business plan, you make the funds available, you put in whatever, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you'll be a fool not to add an extra an extra budget on top of whatever you counted, even if it was a crazy estimate. You still have to put extra for the unknown. There's always an unknown that happens in the middle of you building a business, like trying to open up a business. No matter how much you over prepare for it, you're still going to come up short at some point in the process, and you can't just stop operation. You need to have enough. And that's why this property and this home, it also has a lot of sentimental value as well. I grew up as a kid in here. So this property is the hedge versus hedging versus against the recession when it kicks in. Because I'll be in here, I don't care. I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to do shit. It's mine. Families, we're all together, bonding. Anyways, throughout recessions, that's what you're gonna need the best. You need support, because it's also gonna be mentally draining, not just financially draining. It's going to be mentally draining as well. You're going to need as much, and that's why, to me, family is everything. Family is everything. So when that time comes, based on if anything happens out of the ordinary that I couldn't even plan for or prepare for, this place is here. You know, I got some things out in Jordan as well. Been actually working on it since I was a kid. That was the easiest thing. Many foreigners do this, guys. And hey, for my American friends, look across overseas for investments, like purchase properties. Again, I'm not giving you any advice, but purchase properties, purchase things that are overseas, because like these things are extremely more expensive. Inflation is an MFer outside the US, and the lands, the homes, you can think of it as a like why you buy a home or land. You could easily buy a home out there, and right now the prices are super low, but it's so weird. The rental fees is high, and you could easily make so much money. And it could be your getaway vacation home when you go out there. That's what I'm doing in Jordan, at least. So yeah. Anyways, there's two things, guys. Two things, as I said. One, the US is trying to continue or is in denial. It's either that they're in denial and they're trying to continue powering the dollar and changing it to a digital dollar and expect everyone else to roll with it. Come on, bro, just roll with it, bro. I'm gonna tell every other nation in the world, trust me, bro. And that's just not going to cut it. As you can see, look at what India is doing. Look what China is doing. Look what bbig is doing. Russia is doing. You know, China clearly made it very clear that they want their yuan to be the next currency, right? Well, I don't think that's going to be the case in general as well. Not for them and not for us, because you destroy me, I destroy you. I'm not going to let you have it. It's either me or no one. That's how the US thinks. But this new digital dollar, it's either that they created it so that they're still in denial, which I doubt that that's the case, because We're the smartest. I'll be honest. We're not the most dominant economy and nation in the world because we just stumbled upon it. And let's be honest on it, guys. There's a lot of things, a lot of great, crazy minds that are behind closed doors that are thinking and spinning this stuff. Okay. I personally think that they're trying to be, here's the new standard. I think it's going to be Bitcoin as the backing entity of, like, it's going to be the, again, this is all hypothetical, but in time we'll find out. I think it's going to be Bitcoin that is the world currency, because we're heading into times, here's why this could make sense, guys, because we're heading into times where China could any time could easily say, I'm not accepting any dollars in here. What can we do, right? Russia could easily at any given time, and I think that's what's happening right now, can say dollars are no good over here, similar to their currency as well. So we can't force other countries to abide by, since the petrodollar is dying, and that's the case, the truth of the reality. So what I personally think, it's going to be a lot of it's going to be Bitcoin to take over as the world leading currency, and every nation will have its own digital like currency that they're dealing with, and the only thing that could back it is how much Bitcoin. Like basically, if I have a US digital dollar and I go to, let's say, Romania, and they have their own digital currency, have to transfer the American digital dollar or currency versus how much it fares in Bitcoin value, and then transfer it that way and spend it over there. So Bitcoin is going to be the ultimate register, or like the king, because here's the thing: when Morgan Diamond, CEO of Morgan, and Morgan Stanley and Citigroup, BlackRock, Vanguard, when they're all shit talking Bitcoin and crypto assets, guess what's happening? They're loading up on them. Go search it. See what is close, what's happening. Again, guys, this has nothing to do with AMC and GameStop for now. Okay? AMC and GameStop is a done deal. But that's why I told you guys yesterday, this is so much bigger than AMC and GameStop or stocks in general, because this is about the future monetary system. I will say this. Once upon a time, I said that Bitcoin was worth, I'm waiting for it to dip into the mid-20s before I could chime in on it. Honestly, guys, I think I'm gonna have to upgrade my, seeing what's evolving and what's happening, I'm gonna have to upgrade my price targets, and I think it's gonna be, we'll be lucky to see it in the bottom 30s again. That's all hypothetical, but I think we'll be lucky to see it 31, 32 again. I think we'll be lucky. And again, I thought that it was going to be in the 20s when it crashes. I don't see that happening anymore. Seeing transactions being transacted on that thing, on that bad boy, seeing what obviously Tesla, Elon Musk is buying off of it, seeing what the world's leading investment management like BlackRock, they talk shit about Bitcoin, but they're the biggest investor and the biggest the biggest holder of Bitcoin in the world. So like the biggest holder of Bitcoin in the world is MicroStrategy Inc. And BlackRock is the biggest investor in it. Yeah, right. So much for, oh, Bitcoin is worthless, it's shitty. That's why you invest. You're the biggest. I think they own like 15% of MicroStrategy. That's besides their other divisions that own personally, like going after and purchasing Bitcoin. You know, I would say this: I never thought I was gonna share it this quick, but that's my thing, because I can't sit on things. Like I just have to. Oh, that sounded so wrong. I can't sit on secrets um, that are supposed to be public. Obviously, if people trust me with something, of course, it's like digging it in a 6 feet deep, and you know, and covering it up. It will never come out. But this uncovering secret strategies and stuff like that, I think that I can't sit on. Um, Again, I'm not 100% on this. Remember when I was telling you guys yesterday that wanted to see I wanted to see what whose intent is what, because I think that it's a war between those and those. This is why this is person created. That's why I'm telling you there's two outcomes. It's either the US is still in denial about their dollar and they still have hope that the dollar is gonna be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. um, and I doubt that that's the case. I don't think that they're in denial. I don't think that they don't understand what's happening. I think they're just trying to get a head start by creating this. Um, as far as I know, India, China, and Russia has already gotten a head start on, um, you know, accumulating Bitcoin. Just accumulate Bitcoin, accumulate Bitcoin. Um, AB is gonna start going heavy in some things, guys. Okay, and it's not gonna be no short-term investments. Um, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Um, and AB is gonna do the same thing that these guys are doing. These Black Rocks and the Vanguards and everything. Now, obviously, not at their level, but AB is gonna start doing the same thing that they're doing and following their steps, step by step. Again, not financial advice to any of you guys. I'm just sharing the AB channel, AB mind. Um, I'm not gonna start accumulating Bitcoin, obviously, as of yet. Maybe after MOAS. But what I'm gonna start accumulating is those mining companies like Mara, MARA ticker symbol, Riot, RIOT, BTCM. Those three, I think they're way undervalued. And Mara, specifically Mara, it's like the fourth largest Bitcoin miner on the planet right now, or accumulator. If these things check out, if these things that I'm telling you check out the way that they do, and yes, Bitcoin does become the world's currency, is just the world's universal currency. So that nobody sits there and starts saying, no, I want this, I want this. The days for one country hold or being the leader of, or their currency being the leader, like the petrodollar, whatever, all that is done. It's dead. It's gone. No more. Technology, everything, everybody's all on the same page now, and there's no more. The only way now is who has more, basically, of Bitcoin and these things. I think Bitcoin is going to be the world's universal currency, and every country or nation is going to have its own coin, which is its own currency within Bitcoin's currency, and it can fare universally on a universal level to Bitcoin. So before you leave your home, wherever you go, you have a certain amount of your currency, and the way that it will be completely valued against Bitcoin is, one, how much will Bitcoin be? And since it's, you know how many Bitcoins are still left to be mined? It's less than 2 million, not even close to 2 million, but we'll put it that way. And they have been hammering. I feel like when the last ones are completely mined, that's when you're gonna get a crazy explosion in crypto and Bitcoin value, because the supply is still available right now, and look where it's at. It's in the 40s. The demand, what brings up value is demand and supply. You guys know all that stuff. Okay, let me take a little walk again. I can't sit in one place for a long time. That's why I like the outside more than the inside when I was always sitting on that chair. When supply and demand right now is almost evened out, that's why you see you know, there's much less supply uh, than then there's demand. Obviously, there's more demand. That's why you see being at the price that you see it at right now, or Ethereum being at the value that it's in right now. But seeing Bitcoin when all the mining stops and that's it, and now it's all about circulation, doesn't it? Vanguards, the Teslas, they're hoarding Bitcoins like by crazy masses. Why is it that countries themselves as well, countries are hoarding it, like Russia, China, India? India is, I think, the biggest hoarder of them all. Doesn't it occur to you guys? Doesn't it occur to you guys? Regular carrier. Doesn't it occur to you guys why they're doing so? And yet coming out and saying, "Oh, this is worthless." So why are you buying masses of it? Why are you buying billions of dollars worth of it? When the mining stops, then it comes down to these entities or the people that are holding, because supply is going to stop and demand is going to continue. What do you think that makes? That paves way for a much higher valuation, like an explosion in the price to the upside, because someone is sitting on it. It's similar to a squeeze narrative, you know. The shorts need shares so that they can close out their positions. They're squeezed to close their positions. But when the people are holding and they're not selling them, what do you think happens? The shorts still need, the question is, the shorts still need shares. So the price starts, you know, climbing higher and higher and higher and higher until the price is right, you know, until we all say, for example, or many of us say, okay, I like this price. Here you go, I'll give you some shares. And then they will gobble them up quick. Doesn't matter what the price is, because again, they gotta close out their positions. So that's very similar to what is going to be happening, I think, with the Bitcoin situation. When all that is completely done and it's completely no moss, because it's limited. You know, Bitcoin is limited. It's not unlimited supply, similar to the Dogecoin chain. Sorry, Dogecoin, I'm not trying to take any digs at you guys. I did profit hella from Dogecoin, so it always have a special part in my heart, special place in my heart. But you know, I think if Doge, speaking of Doge, if they end up switching their unlimited path and rechange that code in that blockchain, and then say, hey, we're gonna limit this, no more unlimited amount of Dogecoins, which I think Elon is very capable of doing, since he's on their board or helps them out. So I think yeah, that could happen. Then until then, Doge is worthless, honestly. However, like I said, when Bitcoin is completely, the whole game is around Bitcoin, guys. And I know some people knew it, but they just couldn't put their fingers on it. But I think that's going to be the big picture ultimately. Bitcoin being the universal currency, the big dog for the entire planet. That's the only thing that will make everybody be okay, because let's face it, guys, we have so much animosity on the planet right now, in this world, that even El Salvador are trying to, already, if not, they already switched their currency, because right now they're still paying their employees and their people in dollar, but they've been hoarding Bitcoin. I mean, their leader, he's been under so much scrutiny. You know, maybe there's some deep state stuff going on down there, but they're hoarding Bitcoin like crazy, right? And they're on the smaller end. They're the smaller end. The clear message here is that the world is tired of using a dollar that is constantly being reprinted at will by the feds, and they hurt more than us. So, like, okay, we feel inflation here. Go look at inflation out there and then come back and complain about inflation here. And the problem is caused from within here, guys. We're the ones who's causing this issue. The feds, excuse me, those magic bailouts and those still secret to many of you, still secret bailouts that they're doing to mega banks. I reported it before, and they started back in 2019, way before any came around, like months before any of that came around. So there's some more deep state thinking as well down there, over there. So when you see that the world out there, every time there's something, we print more dollars, well, it loses its value here, but guess what? It loses even more value. It loses even more value out there. So now countries like El Salvador, okay, now we take a seat again. El Salvador and these smaller countries, when they, whatever holdings or whatever dollars they have, they just become more and more worthless because we keep reprinting more. So the idea of a worthless dollar is every time you print a new one, the one before it loses value. This is the truth of the matter. So I think the world in general, and this is why crypto in total was, I think, created by the mysterious entities that created it, like the Satoshi and whatever you want to call, and different all different blockchains. Just the one Bitcoin by Satoshi. And he's still the biggest holder. The mysterious man that vanished. He's still the biggest holder. The single biggest holder of Bitcoin. I forgot, I think he has like 1 million Bitcoins. Something like that. Or yeah, he's the single biggest one person or one entity holder, and just vanished. That's why I think there's a lot of deep state to this. That's why I think there's a country behind all this. I wouldn't be surprised if it was us or China. Because if that's the case, then that will make more sense for what I'm saying to happen, like the world being under a universal currency, just one currency, which is Bitcoin, but each country will have their own coin. They will still have their own currency, and whenever you're about to go anywhere or you want to buy something, you buy at the rate of that country. And how does each country figure out its rate versus Bitcoin? Well, what do you have in gold? What do you have in assets? What do you have as overall? I think that's how they become with the currency. I think we're coming to a point where we're about to restructure all the world monetary system, the whole world's monetary system, a new world. I just thought about Aladdin, like a whole new world. All right, let me stop for a second. Let me read. I was going on a thinking rant. Again, I'm sharing all this with you guys so that you guys could also look into this and see what you come up with. I'm not just trying to keep it into myself and be like, you know what, whenever I come up with it, then I will come and share it with you guys, and you guys are like my viewers or whatever. I don't think like that. I look at you guys, know all of you that I know most of you by name, well, at least your character name on YouTube, and I look at all of us as a family. Yeah, we can go canoeing, kayaking soon when the weather is better, or anywhere if you guys want. Heard in Florida there is this really amazing place. I think it was in Clearwater too, for kayaking or canoeing. But let me read some of this. Let's see. Jeffrey, everybody's saying hi. Mr. Panulo, I love the name. How is work, brother? How is it? Again, always thank you for your service and for what you do for our American troops. Better late than never, my brother. Good Friday to everybody. Happy Easter. Keep up the good work with Ramadan. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Today marks halfway in Ramadan. Today is the 15th day. So it's gone so fast. Not gonna lie, the U.S. is gonna go through some hard and dark times. I agree with you, Young Finest, but trust me, we have a lot more cushion than many other countries out there. Just put it that way. Just take the same picture as you see the world today as it is, and apply 30, like multiply it or divide it by by 10. The same picture here, same picture there. So like if it's bad in Colombia, it's going to be 10 times worse than what it is currently right now. And we all know here that it's much worse down in Colombia as far as like for the average citizen. Uh, from a poverty perspective, it's much worse down there than what it is here in the U.S. So whatever region you're in or you think of, just multiply by 10 as far as the catastrophe that they're going to be faring. A place like, I know, for example, in Jordan, the poverty line is really high. It's really high. There's either really so much poverty or it's going to be so much. There's poverty, and there's just rich, like filthy rich. There's no middle in the ground. Like in the U.S., that is beginning to happen. You see, like the middle class is losing, like are fading away slowly and slowly. They're still there, but they're fading away. In Jordan, there's none. No more middle class. That done. When I was a kid, when I was a tiny little kid, and I was still there, yeah, that was still there on the last footsteps, and it's gone now. It's either you're in poverty, living day to day, and living on credit that you're never going to be able to pay. Honest truth. Or your dad left you, because the good thing about Jordan is that most citizens there own property or land from their ancestors. And unfortunately, what's happened is that they're all selling it. They're all are selling. This is why I was telling you, invest outside as well, because it's going to be much less than here. Investing in the U.S. is like investing in Microsoft, or versus when you invest outside, it's like you invested in a penny stock, but you have a much higher possibility of making a turnaround, more money. You know, that's just like me giving you a narrative. Like there's more possibilities of you making money out there because it's going to be less, which means the turnaround is going to be higher than a less risky, which is the U.S. market, but less profit because you're going to have to deal with such and such tax, such and such that tax, and then you have to pay out the ass for a property. It's going to be way expensive. There's no like cushion for you to start with small amount. Like go try to California. In California, a decent investment on a decent business like some major gas station that's in a, I know that's not a major investment, guys, but like that's just like the least riskiest one, because people, in my opinion, I always said this, people who own gas stations or corner stores or convenience stores are the ones who are the least creative in business. They're not business savvy or tech savvy or any of that. They just want to go for what's the easiest or the safest investment to go in. Everybody always needs convenience. Everybody needs snacks. Everybody needs food. If it's in the neighborhood, people are going to stop by and buy stuff. It's just that easy. But so opening, based on that diagram that I just mentioned, opening up a major gas station down in California, you think $1 million is laughable. That's not enough. I tried. I personally have tried. When I was like, what was it? Like when after 21, when I opened up my first business, I was like on top of the world, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to be Bill Gates, and yeah, Elon Musk back then was not the richest, or Bezos was not the richest yet. But so I went down. I go down to LA and sometimes to San Diego every now and then. And when I was down in LA, I was, I said to my friends, it's like we were driving by Malibu, and I liked the sunset that was happening there. And I said, you know what? Why don't we, like, let's open up a gas station here, to my friends that are down there. And they were like, dude, do you know how much it's going to cost? And I was like, what? Because I'm thinking Ohio numbers. Like, okay, Ohio numbers are like, you could get a gas station for, put down 150 grand or 125 grand, and you could get, the gas station, then pay the rest off in installments, depending on who you're buying it from. Or you could buy the gas station outright, and it might cost you anywhere between 2 to 400 grand. And that's about it.
But you're always guaranteed people are going to walk in, and you're not making your money on the gas. You're making your money. That's just to bring people. This is the narrative, by the way. This is a narrative of gas station people who own gas stations. Just so you guys would know, for the regular retail, gas station owners don't make money on gas. Like, it's so pathetic. It's so small. It's like 1 or 2, 3, 4 cents on the gallon. Not even. It's just there so that you can come in, and once you're in, they basically are betting on you buying snacks, water, whatever for the road as you're going along, or whatever you need. As just come in, you know, cigarettes, lottery tickets. um, so yeah, I was surprised to find out that out there, that like if it was going to be a respectable gas station, you're looking at 4, 5, 6 million in a prime location. Good luck. Even higher than that. So think of that the way that it is there, and then think of what it's like, for example, in Jordan right now. Since no one has money, but prices are high, like skyrocket highs, everything is so expensive. There's like crazy properties, crazy landmarks, crazy houses, amazing. I'm talking about, and in Jordan they don't build wood, uh, homes. It's a different style there. They build all nothing but brick and stone homes. Beautiful, really beautiful stuff. So when when you buy it, and right now if its prices are high, nobody's buying, everything is dropping in value. um, you're the winner because you can easily cop up any of these properties, and you can flip them around for so much later, because there's so many touristic interests and outside influence that is coming in. It's unbelievable. Like, it's just so unbelievable, and people obviously are not going to go anywhere. People still need to live, right? They just can't afford to buy the place, but they can afford to rent it. Again, this is just deeper. Like, we're straying away a little bit. We'll talk more about that stuff in the future. But here, let me continue with with the comments to see where we are. I don't know why I have a feeling like some crazy stuff has been happening in these comments. I don't know what. And not gonna lie, the US is gonna go through. Okay, that's where I was at. Hoping the MOAS comes this year, inshallah. I lost my job a few days ago and probably have a few months of money to hold me down. Um, Inshallah, brother Abdul, I have big, like I said before, I see it. I personally see it happening anytime before July. If it doesn't happen by then I'm anticipating 2023. Unfortunately, I don't want, again, don't take it from me as that's what's gonna happen. Again, I'm just putting my output on it. Um, and in the same time, you got to also remember, um, who's like, there is no more backing. That is coming so total, like, to the end. Um, like, all the money that they're getting backed with, repo money, emergency bailouts, plunge team, all that is dying. All that is dying. Yesterday, speaking of that, yesterday they had, let's walk. I'm trying to train my ankle so that I can strengthen it up. Hopefully, I can get back to playing soon. So speaking of that, yesterday there was a like the futures, many options futures expired. Okay, there was like, you're talking about, it was like almost like 800. I forgot the figure. I was reading it last night when I was searching, and I forgot how much it was. It was in the billions for sure, like high billions. But one thing that was interesting, do you know what they mentioned in some of those articles that I was reading? That the options that are being played in the futures on these derivatives are going lower and lower and lower year over year. So this year, it was, I think it was like 12% less than last year. And you know what they triggered it to? They literally wrote it exactly word, letter by, like word for word, as I'm about to say it to you. They are they are saying that all that is gone because there is much less trading on meme stocks. They're all that. You see how like the whole market, when they say meme stocks are a joke, this is how you know that it's not true. When you read some of their parties on their side say that obviously there's less trading on it, which means people are not selling. See, this is how I know people are not selling. I'm not going to trust somebody who tells me or go on Reddit and see, yeah, we're never selling to the Mars, to the Pluto. It's not a planet anymore anyways. But how I do know this, that no one is selling for real except small amounts of our AMC and GME and the other meme stocks, is because they're reporting it through this. People are not playing as many options as they were as of last year. Yeah, of course people are still playing a lot, but it's at least 8 to 12% less than last year's. That's a big number. And in the same time, people are not trading back and forth. Now, we do know one thing I can take from that is that people are not selling their AMC and GameStop. Yeah, they're not also, it also tells me that people are not buying as much as well, but that's a good thing. You know why? Because that means there's no more money. These guys cannot keep hoarding our money and transfer it into a failure to deliver. They can't keep taking your, $18 or $20 per share and then take the money and say, I got you, and turn it into a failure to deliver eventually. That was a lucrative business for them because they were doing it nonstop, knowing that eventually they're put it on the government's lap. Say, hey, do you want a broke up, blown up economy? Because we could just let it all go loose. We could just go from here and go somewhere else. And we survive. But it's going to be your nation that's going to get screwed over. That's what they did to the government in 2008. Now, could it be possible that, again, I'm not going to try to get all deep state here. Could it be possible that the government knows all about it and is okay with it? That's why every 12 years, 10, 12 years, this shit happens like this. Because maybe the model, the infrastructure is supposed to be like this, is dealt to us to be like this, so that more figures on top can stay on top longer, so they could continue to stay rich and get richer and have more power. It's quite possible, guys. It's very quite possible. Why? Because the government bails out, but who's really bailing out this crap and this madness? It's not the government. It's the people. We're the ones who's paying the tax, right? Where's the taxes gonna go? It's gonna rise on who? On us. So yeah, the presidents and the governments could act as cool and stroke an executive order and sign some shit and say, yes, we're gonna bail out the people, the corrupt hedge funds and the corrupt bank systems and the banks. But who's gonna really pay for that? So it's like saying, you invite people and I'm the one who's got to take care of them. Literally, that's what it is. You invite the people over, I don't know them, but I'm the one who's going to take care of them. No, you invite them, you take care of them. But that's not the case. That's not the case. We're the bailout people, money. And that's how transfer of funds happen, or wealth occur in this world, guys. That's how the transfer wealth from, unfortunately, the opposite end to the upper end. That's how they siphon money and wealth up to the top. They suck in it like a leech, from the people from the bottom, and sucking it all the way up. And then they get more rich and more rich, and then they call themselves successful, great business people like Ken Griffin. Oh yeah, smart businessman. Anyone who gives that guy respect, and again, this is not a dig on anyone, but I'll say this, like Lou, if you're here, any of you guys here listen to Lou, I don't know if he will ever hear this or not, but I'll tell you this. If you give respect to a fucking criminal like that guy, I'm sorry, I know I'm fasting, I just said it. He's not an intelligent person because he earned it. No, he's an intelligent criminal. He siphoned and sucked all that wealth illegally from all the people, not just us, but from the system, way before us. He's been in the system before our ape movement came around, guys. We're just the ones to shine the light on it. But he's been siphoning all these billions, all his net worth, all this Citadel crap, bull crap. This is not due to smartness. I will not give that guy any respect. I give him a pat on the back that he's a very intelligent criminal, but that's all he will ever be. He will never be idolized by me or by by anyone that I know that, you know, believes in the world the way, or sees the world the way I see it. Um, these people, obviously, again, the victor writes history. These guys, they're on top. Of course, they control media. They will write whatever they want about themselves and air it out. No one is going to come and dispute it. We can continue to scream about it from down here, but who's going to hear it up there? Do you guys see where I'm going with this? This is why I'm in love with this new, with this Bitcoin takeover, but I'm not happy with how he, just that particularly, that Kin guy, just, you know, clearly he's trying to transfer himself to become a market maker in that world. I just, I don't want to be the wealthiest person in the world, but if I ever become that wealthy, it's mainly just so that I can make a cabal of FU. I'm gonna call it the FU cabal to all this club out there. You know, that country club that's out there. These guys that are making rules, changing shit, fucking shit over, organizing the world as they see fit. Freemasons, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, let's go continue. Young Finest, XRP, and wow, you sometimes you've been coming up with some really crazy stuff lately. That's right on point. XRP, a lot of people are afraid of the lawsuit on it, right? But guess what? They're probably, if not, if they're the fastest or one of the fastest transaction finisher basically on the blockchains out there in the world, and it's very, very, very eco-friendly, and it's battling all the other cryptocurrencies. Now the cool part about it is what? It's in the 60, 70, 77 cents right now probably. If I'm guessing, somebody can fact check me here. I don't know. I told you. I don't know. I'm telling you. AB looks at everything almost at all times. Almost everything. But I think it's around 77, 78 cents. I think it went up a good 6-7% from yesterday. I think 7.7 or 7.6%. XRP is a bad boy. And guess what? All the conviction that I personally lead in it is the fact that it's also purchased highly by Bank of America. You know, so since again you got to understand all these cryptos and what they do. Since it's all about transaction, quick, eco-friendly, very, very, very affordable, very cheap, transaction fee. Who do you think are going to be the investors in it? Majority of them are going to be banks. So when I looked at it and I saw the holders of XRP, I saw Bank of America, I seen a Canadian Royal Bank, whatever, a bunch of other Indian bank and all that stuff. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, these guys are AB putting his money on something is not validating enough. But when you see a Bank of America putting their money in something, no, not financial advice. I'm not gonna tell you, trust me, bro. But yeah, something is about it. So good one, Young. That's a very, very, very promising coin, and it's a very, very, very good coin that personally AB will accumulate. So yeah, ape, all people equal. Thank you for the love, Stasia. Better say her name right, Abdul. She's known to be hostile. AI and robots are going to take over the workforce. That's what they're trying to do. I mean, now, as a restaurant, one of my businesses is a restaurant, and as a restaurant owner, I've been seeing a lot of these. They created this robot apparently that will help you in the kitchen. It's so crazy. It's just like two big white arms, and he basically drops fries in the fryer, he drops wings in the fryer, whatever you want him to do, you know, and it turns around and like it puts it, it doesn't serve the people. But I just seen a commercial for a robot that actually acts as a waitress in a restaurant. They put the food on it and program what table it goes to, and it looks like a tall table like this like yay high, um, that is just on wheels, and it goes, and as soon as it gets to the people's table, the people just grab their food off of it and they put it on the table. So yeah, I mean they're working toward that. Um, the thing is, what like we gotta be able to look at like what will be our role in that situation. I mean, here's the cynical part about this. They create our, right now the world, and always the world needed us. Every great dynasty needed numbers, masses, so that it can continue as dynasty and, you know, domination and its control. If there's no masses, then there's no power, right? The crazy part is if everything becomes AI, what will be the use for the people? What will be our role? If every human resources employee is replaced by a bot that will help them save money, what will those people, like, you see what I'm saying, guys? What will be our role? If as you can see, cars are self-driving now, courtesy of many people. What is going to be our role in as far as, like, you know, no taxi or as a job? The people who work in that industry, you know, they're soon going to be replaced. I don't know how they're not already sweating bullets. They should, because a self-driving car means there's no need for Uber to have you and pay you. You know, they could just have, you know, the robot on the car. It's a bigger investment initially, but it makes them a lot more money over the run, because they don't have to pay you anything. All they got to do for the robot is keep oiling it. And it's not even a robot that's going to be driving it. It's going to be like self-driving vehicle. That's it. So gas, that's it. And even that is going electric. What is going to be the role of people? That's an interesting topic. What is going to be the role of people in the future, in the AI world? What are we going to be? They want to put chips in us anyways, right? You guys all know about that. Is human civilization going to even go that far? Or is this just going to be like a judgment day kind of outcome? Because human civilization has just steered away so far away from reality and what life was about, or whatever the Most High created it for. I don't know. That's a deeper conversation. Maybe we'll have one day just to talk about that, and see what it is. But it's cool to think about it. It's very mind stimulating. Stashi, I'm going to use you as a ploy to get DS to the wolf back. I thought he was already. I don't know why. Where is he? Is he? I've seen him in here many times before. Diaz isn't he a mod for someone else? I don't know. He can't resist that trim. I knew that was coming. I told you guys I had a feeling when I read down the comments that something crazy was gonna pop up. Hey, welcome inside the house, Dana Young. Nice to see you again. Gloria, how are you, sis? Welcome from the wolf back over to the other wolf house. Hello, everyone. Everyone say hello to Gloria. I'm pretty sure they already did. Yep, Jeffrey knew it. Here comes the wolf back. His number one is boss. Uh-oh, Gloria Tequila Sunrise. Oh my God, don't remind me of that. I see he's walking in a park. Where there any ducks? Who, me? I wasn't walking in a park. I was actually walking inside the I'm walking inside of my house property. It's we have a nice lawn. It's like, as you can see, it's really big, but it's a nice land, and we have this really gigantic, I don't know, very ancient tree. I never knew the age of it, but it's really high. It's really high. And enjoying some time with looking at my baby. It looks like it's gonna rain later, so unfortunately I won't be able to drive or ride, not drive, my boo boo right here. Look at her. Move. It's a Gixxer 1000. And this is my little garden here. I actually plant mints in here, guys. This, in about 1 month time, look, some of it is already grown. In about a month time, you're gonna see all this area right here, because mint scatters, like it goes, and it goes to places where you don't even expect it to go, or you didn't even plant it. But the cool part, like I said, about this property is this actual value. The fact that it's extremely close to the hospital, which is right there. Look at this. You guys see that red letter over there? Hawksworth? Right there, H. That's where the helicopters land if they have ever, God forbid, any crazy, emergency situations. That is this place, and then it's walking distance also from the University of Cincinnati. So the value of this place is crazy. And again, walking outside, because we rarely here in the Midwest get great weather. It's like a hit and miss. So today is great weather, so might as well. It still comes with something. So it's great weather, but it's gonna rain later. So at least I'll still take the good weather. You gotta be able to be content if you want to live in the Midwest. You gotta be able to be okay with what you get. Okay. Jeffrey, we'll go back to low 30s soon. As far as Bitcoin, here's the thing, Jeffrey. I used to say that it's gonna go to the 20s, mid 20s, right, or lower 20s. But here's the thing. The problem is, when you see the way that they're hoarding it, look at MicroStrategy, the biggest corporation that holds Bitcoin in the world, and they got like 3.3 or $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And you look at Tesla as well, the way that they're hoarding it. Do you know what prices they're buying it at? They were buying hundreds of millions worth of Bitcoin at $31,000 and at $32,000. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that I still couldn't be correct about the 20s, but I don't see these guys. I just don't see these guys getting something and losing it, like losing out on a value. If that's the case, they wouldn't have bought at that evaluation. Right? They would have probably bought at at a lower rate. And then again, that could still be the case, because they could easily have been, trading it since 31. Look where it is now. They've been trading it back and forth. But again, that's what they're reporting as they're holding. So it's interesting. I know one thing for a fact is that the idea that they are hoarding that much, that means there's great value in that particular coin, which is Bitcoin. I know that for a fact. Otherwise, they would not be hoarding this much. And it's like, if you look and you go and research, guys, and you will see that it's like a race. They're racing. All countries, all corporations, it's like they're racing to get more Bitcoin. Again, like I said, I'm saying tomorrow, right? BTCM, and there's a couple more, but those three specifically tomorrow. That's maybe see something special with these. Let's see. T. Andrews, you don't think we will have a new banknote backed by gold? I don't think so. I think Bitcoin could be backed by gold, but I don't think the idea that the people, and like you see, many smaller nations and economies, less powerful countries, they're just beautiful, but they're not powerful. Like Jordan, for example, we're small. We're like this, and we look like a gun on the map. It's not a military force. It doesn't have military prowess, but it's a beautiful country. It has a lot of great monuments, like Jesus was baptized there. You got the Pink City, Petra. It's a sight to behold. The Dead Sea, the Red Sea, whatever you want. We don't have the Black Sea though, but just the Red Sea and the Dead Sea. But anyways, um, yeah, like those bigger nations, they are all trying to reach for that power. Like they're trying to reach for that pendulum. Okay, that the days of everyone bowing down to the US, I feel like has come to an end. And now you have, whether it's Russia, China, India, all these powers out there are saying that, hey, because everyone is a nuke now. I mean, yeah, we have more military, we have more of this. But again, look at China. What's the one thing that's crippling it? People think that what's crippling China is the fact that they're, I don't know, many reasons probably, but I'll tell you one reason. What's crippling China is its number, its massive number. Think of it like this: when you have a family, a person who has one kid, it's just him, his wife, and his kid. Okay, it's much easier on the parents to take care of their family because it's just less mouths to feed. But imagine a family that has 6 or 7 or 8 people. Okay, kids. Do you know how hard it is for the mom and the dad to take care of whatever they gotta do, unless they're overloaded with money? Otherwise, it's gonna be extremely impossible. Like, it's very hard, especially in these days, to take care of that. Sheesh. And I'm not a parent, but I can tell you that I've seen it with other parents. That's gonna be a nightmare. And that's the same thing with China. You have so many people in China. You got, obviously, it's the most populated country in the world. They just have so many more mouths to feed, and that is something that is like, you know, $1 billion in Jordan just be split on Jordanian people because Jordan only has like 8 to 9 million people. That's it, max 10 million. Very small. If you get $1 billion and pump it in Jordanian economy, the economy is gonna be like one of those very short float stocks where you can buy up the float real fast and the price squeezes. You better not be short in Jordan. But $1 billion being pumped in a country like the US, in a country like the China, India, Russia, that's like not even a drop in the bucket. That doesn't even make shit. Literally doesn't even make shit. That's why that 50 billion digital coin was like laughable. It's too small. It's nothing. That is nothing compared to how many it needs to serve. You see? So think of that. Like when you think of these situations and these things, think of bigger picture for everyone, not just for you, or based on what you expected or how much it means to you. You know, you got to see how much is going to mean overall. We got projects these days that just single projects that goes into the billions. Single projects, not a country or a region wide thing. Oh my God, fasting is definitely killing me. Look at that, got chappy lips, and that gets worse because I bite my lips a lot, so that's when I hurt them. Anyways, let's continue. Dana, I'm scared to death of a regulated digital currency that they can flip a button and keep me from my money if the government wants. I can't stuff my mattress with Bitcoin for emergencies. Well, here's the thing, Dana. They can do that with their. Okay, this is why I said yesterday, and I don't think you were on with us yesterday, but I'll tell you this, Dana, if you're still here, obviously, because I know I was ranting for a while. They're different. Like, that's the reason why this is a war between these cryptocurrencies and that stable coin, or like that digital currency that the US is trying to make. It's either that this is going to fight with that, and we'll see who will win. If that's the case, I'm already jumping on the Bitcoin wagon, and I would imagine that everybody else would do so as well. Because you know, on the digital currency that the US is creating, you know what that is. Anything you do will be tracked. Everything you buy will be tracked. But it's the opposite of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is different. It's decentralized cryptocurrency where the government is trying to create digital currency that is the opposite of that. They're trying to fight that. They don't like that because it gives them no power over you. You could do whatever without them knowing. You see what I'm saying? So if I was in, and you don't need to stuff your mattress with bitcoins. You can stuff them in a cold wallet, in a safe wallet. Um, and if push comes to shove, this is why I say I'm so down with Bitcoin. Like I'm so down with Bitcoin. If push comes to shove and it becomes like what I said, one of the two scenarios where it's either that they create this digital dollar so they can battle out the Bitcoin or the other cryptos, then I'm still gonna jump on crypto and Bitcoin. And you know what I'm gonna do? If it comes down to it, push comes to shove, I will move the hell out of here. Again, I'm a dual citizen, and at the same time, I could be anywhere. I know what it's like to be outside. I'm not afraid to be in outside the bubble. Um, Never have a comfort zone, guys. Let the uncomfortable zone be your comfortable zone. Challenge yourself to be in an uncomfortable zone. Don't think that it's just all clear here. Like I'm telling you, like I can just tell you this, and me being growing up in Jordan as a kid, uh, there's much less crime there than here. That's just honest truth. Um, it's crazy what the media spins off to everyone else and to you guys. So trust me, you do not want this digital currency that they're spinning off, and you do want to run toward Bitcoin and the other currencies because again, money is already 92% of the world's monetary system is already digital. All our money right now is all digital. Like you're spending when you use your credit card and your debit card, and I know 92% of you out there use that. Not only cash. It's all so that they can keep the track. Now this digital coin is just changing the cash and the credit cards idea. It's just going to be one coin and no more cash and no more this. And we don't want that because again, they could track you like they will track your every move, what you're spending your money on, how much you get paid, how much should you get. Now at the end of the day, you got to remember there is enough. Like remember what I said yesterday, don't go too crazy or dive too deep crazy and conspiracies, because at the end of the day, yeah, they want to control us, but people and governments know the last thing they want is a revolt, a revolution. When people are pushed to the edge, because when you dive into this rabbit hole, guys, you're gonna, what you're gonna reach. You're gonna reach, oh, they're gonna imprison us and then put chips in us and then they're gonna release us out in the wild. And then like, okay, wait up. You seen what they just did with the COVID thing, okay? And I know at some point they're gonna screw over the channel over here because we have no filters here at all. We talk about everything. Um, it's so crazy to think about the idea that a government is going to do that to its people, like when they did what they did with the COVID, to implement whatever control and all that. Okay, no problem. But you see how they did it? They tried to get it like by force at some point. If you don't do that or take the vaccine, you cannot fly. You can't use. Eventually, what happened? Yeah, it did. They did try to stand their ground, but eventually they took all that shit away. Now you don't need to you don't need to have vaccination, but you can put your mask. You have to wear a mask, I guess, on the flight or in the airport. In most countries, as far as I know, except China. China, okay, their whole system and their whole regime is all built around control. It's communism, all that. It's all built around control. But eventually, the people, when you push so hard, that's what history teaches us, okay? Some countries, this is why I say the US is the greatest country in the world, wickedly and nicely, whatever way you want to think of, they understand history. every time any government overpowers its own people and overstresses its own people, eventually the people are going to get to a point where they have nothing to lose, and they will come out and they will go against the revolt against the nation, and next thing you know, the nation will no longer be a nation. It will be an open door for some other regime to come forward and take over and start the rebuild process. Look at what happened with Iraq, guys, before the US was even going in there, okay, to do whatever they needed to do. Iraq was already under a dictatorship, and whether you were for it or against it, again, I'm not a political channel here, so I'm not going to even dive into that. That's up to you. But I'm just stating the facts of what history have written, that look at it. It was already under ruins because it was under one person's rule, and he was doing whatever he wanted to do at his own will, whether his motives were whatever and whatever. Again, that goes back to to another channel, a different place. But did it last? Look what's up with Iraq now. Look at Syria. Similar situation. What is it? What's up with it? They're both ruins. They were great civilizations at some point. I mean, where do you think the city of Babylon was? It's in Iraq. Iraq, long ago, like you're talking about hundreds and thousands of years ago, Iraq was like the center of civilization. They literally, like, it's crazy how shit happens. And again, you got to know the history so that you can know the future and the present, so you know how to deal with situations. And America knows how to deal with it. There's a democracy, but it's not really a democracy that's happening here. So the way they approached us with COVID, instead of forcing us down like Australia, or unfortunately like what you see happening in Canada, our brothers up there and sisters, and what you're seeing in obviously China, that don't work here. And they're smart. They know that that does not work here. They do that here. People, we're built different. This is how they say it. This is, it's so funny that it's coming out. We're just built different, guys. We're not built like out there. Out there, everywhere else, I'm not saying they're weaker. They're just built, wired from a young age with a different chip. Here, we're built different. They try that stuff. You've seen it, guys. When people here didn't like which president got the presidency, you saw how they stormed the Capitol. And and I personally think that's a very small thing. Like that's a very small thing for people to revolt on. And look what that did. That, like, people still came up and stormed and did crazy stuff. Imagine when they start taking people, or try to take people down, and try to like force things on them, like, hey, we're gonna put this chip in you, whether you like it or not. Not in America, buddy. And they know that. They know that. They know. That's why they're testing their grounds with that COVID crap. They were testing the ground. I think they were laying out the foundation to see how far can they push the people. And people pushed back unviolently, but they seen that the people were willing to go down that route if they need to be. Americans will not be afraid to do so, because again, we are wired different from the get-go. We were wired that the world is not a right, it's a given. Versus outside, everybody, when they're born, they're taught to be cautious. Don't speak against the regime. Don't speak against such and such powerful entities or people. They'll come for you. Again, you're wired that your life and the world is not a given. It's an honor for you to be in it. They're just wired like that. Now, eventually, every human is the same. Everyone is going to reach a max point where they have nothing to lose anymore. And when they get to that point, we know what happens, unfortunately. So let's continue with this. You guys trust me, you do not want no digital currency, but you do want Bitcoin. You do want Bitcoin. Just research on it, and you do want them, because it is not controlled by a single entity. It is controlled by the whole world, and based on whatever is owned of it, that's what will make or continue its valuation. I am the biggest pro Bitcoiner out there. It paves way for a whole globe monetary system as a human civilization to move forward, rather than at one country's currency that dominates the whole world, and everybody else have to buy into it, you know, uh, which again is pointless and it's not fair. Look, I just gave you guys a little bit ago an example. Like when you see how what these countries are doing and what they're going through, these countries out there that by default they have to adopt the dollar. Look how they're getting screwed. Every time we print more money and we dump it in the market, we inflate the system, and we, in the same time, the dollar loses its value, but it loses even way more value there with them. So now they just feel like someone who just bought a brand new car, and as soon as they drove out the lot, it dropped half in value. Not 5,000. You know how there's that thing where you buy a new vehicle. As soon as you step out of the lot with it, it drops 3-4K in value, just because that's it. It's used now. It's not brand new no more. Well, for them, it's even worse out there. Their dollar drops more than half in value for them because we keep printing more again and against nothing. There's not backed by gold. So now we're printing it because of gold, which we took that out of the monetary system back when we changed to the petrodollar in the what was it, the Nixon or the Reagan days? I think it was one of the two. I forgot because I'm fasting. I can't think much, but it was one of those two, Nixon or Reagan, when they went to down to Saudi Arabia, and they made that deal and said all your petroleum, you'll deal it in dollars, and that's what it became petrodollar, and that's what made the dollar the most powerful currency in the world, and obviously the currency of the world. Honestly, I'll be honest, guys. We've seen what that did to human civilization. If you want to know what AB agenda is, I'll tell you this. I think no one on this planet is better or worse than anyone. I'm all for everyone. Now, of course, the 50 stars are in my blood. I'm pro-America. You always supposed to have your, like your love. Like I, of course, was born in Jordan, but I grew up and spent all my life. I know more in America than in Jordan. I even know more English than Arabic, even though I speak Arabic and write it fluently. But I'm more fluent in English. I'll put it that way. You guys are probably out there like, damn, if this is his English and it's this broken, how is this Arabic? No, I'm just kidding with you guys. So I'm just, my agenda is that I feel every human being on this planet, doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter who you are entitled, just as I do, just like everyone else in this chat and everyone else out there, to the same exact things. Because at the end of the day, we are all human. These flags and these territories, they just came with time. And it benefits one entity only, the class that is trying to sit on top. It needs power. It needs to sit on top of power. In order for it to have power, it needs to control. And again, that word control, it just does not bite well with me. It does not ring well with me. I think everything should be open and free for everyone. Anyone can go anywhere. Let your intentions be judged based on your intentions, and be criminalized for your intentions as well. So if you're crazy out there, you should be criminalized, not just by the nation you do, or the place you do the harm to, but by the whole world. Because again, if we're invaded by aliens, I'm not gonna go crazy. I don't believe in aliens or any of that stuff. But if we are invaded by aliens, who do you think I'm gonna run to for help? You think I'm gonna run to you guys, or I'm gonna run to the alien? No, hell no, I'm gonna run to you guys. Whether you like me or not, I'm gonna run to you guys. All right, let's read. Oh, you know what, Stacia? I'm gonna get the soccer ball next time. I'm gonna put my cleats on. This is good, and I'm gonna be in that lawn, and I'm gonna be juggling the ball. We'll see. You guys will be watching me as I'm playing. I won some awards in high school, and I was expected to go back as soon as I left high school, to go back and possibly play in Qatar. I don't know if you guys know the nation. It's gonna host the World Cup, this upcoming World Cup next year. But I just saw that it wasn't for me. That life, people who think they want to be an athlete, just a quick chime in on that. and would love to have the life of an athlete. You would love to have their wallet, but you do not want their life, really. If you're not made for it, trust me, it is not for you. Do you know what their routine was like? I knew it wasn't for me right away. The money they would pay you or whatever not, because that hype about you making the money is nothing, but you are a robot around what you eat. You're controlled, literally, what you eat. Every day you're working out 5, 6 times. Like, again, that's your job. So therefore, they'll wake you up early in the morning to do your shit. Until you become the level of a Ronaldo or a Messi or a LeBron James or something like that, where you make your own privilege, like you earned your right to do whatever. But even then, these people, to continue their dominance on top of the sports that they're in, respective sports that they're in, they have to continue doing all that and have that restriction to themselves, and the will to continue doing that on their own, just on their own. But when you're not made it yet, when you're not that big, even though if you're making good money, but you're not up there yet, like not their level, they will treat you like they will treat you like I don't want a servant. Like, come on, get up, 5 in the morning, run. As far as for soccer, I'll tell you this: professionally, you are expected to run in a game, in a regular game, up to anywhere between 8 to 10 miles running, playing. Okay, so what do you think they do? So the limit when you go train every day when you go train, when it's cardio, that's your limit. They get you to train for that. So you're always like some of these professional, like great professional players, obviously, they go and run, like their workout is 10-mile run, easy. And yeah, the body can handle it. I mean, you see how they run like crazy throughout that whole field for 90 minutes. So that's what they're training for. I used to remember, man, the longest I've ever personally run and had maintained that for a duration of about 4 to 5 months. I was in a completely different shape then, trust me, guys. I'm gonna get back to it as soon as my ankle heals. You'll see. You guys will bear witness throughout my channel. But back then, I was able to do 7.2 miles nonstop. And I was able to hold that for a good, I don't know, some of you guys could probably be doing a lot more. I'm not saying that's impressive, but for me, that was impressive. That was my best. But yeah, going back over here, you know, guys, the market is close to, that's why we're not talking too much about plays. We're talking about overall everything, around everything. Unless somebody asks a question about the market, we'll answer it. Take out Panda. Yep. Yep. Bunkers, guns, seeds and water. Purifier, here I come. By the way, does anyone know how to give buttocks in exchange for a barter of some sort? I think when we get to that bridge, Dana, I think we will definitely find a solution, or we'll definitely be able to cross it. There's no bridge that can't be crossed. Well, where there's will, there's oh my God. Where there's will, there's a way. Look, Jeffrey's even saying OMG. I think a lot of what's going on, but don't talk about it because I don't want to be labeled as a conspiracy theorist. Not to I want to spread fear. At least Elon is on our side. Stacia, first of all, I used to think that way as well, but I don't think anymore. Like, who cares who labels who what? You know, I know we live in the world amongst all the people, but when you just don't want to be labeled as something, that's a form of fear, you know. And I'm not saying you're afraid of anyone, of course. You know, any of you guys, I know you guys are all, some of you are wolves, and sheesh, God knows how powerful you guys are. But on a mental capacity, the second that you do that, you're given outside entities or outside forces control over you. Even if it's so minimal, you know, who cares what labels who what? I don't care if people come to me and say, oh, you are the biggest conspiracist in the world, you're crazy, you're weird. Well, guess what? Is that gonna put food on the table or deprive my table from food? No, neither. Not this way or that way. um, is that gonna make people be less friends with me? That's even better. Well, guess what? It's hard to find real friends in the world. You know, real friends, not just people who like you or like your statuses on Facebook or Instagram, um, and don't know when you fall off or when you need them, then they're nowhere to be found. Um, so yeah, don't worry about what any of these obviously people say or anyone in society in general says. As you can see, we're in different times. And as far as Elon, I there's things that he does that makes me feel like he's on our side, and there are things that makes me feel like he's not. Like, I don't know, like that whole thing about the chip, the planting a chip in the humans. That's his idea. That's one of his biggest ideas. I don't know, because you gotta remember, some people could be masking their genuinity so that you could believe in them, just so you could follow them and fall for the trap, because the trap is not always very visible or easy to see. Like, you could easily tell that a lot of us feel like Bezos is not with us or against us, right? It's almost easy to predict that. Why? Because of his actions and his demeanor and how he talks. He's never, and he's trying to evade taxes. We pay for Amazon plants taxes. Uh, so those actions always reveal itself and makes me feel, obviously, that Bezos is not on our side. But Musk is what I fear. He could be slithering, and he could be the implant that is trying to implant us. Um, that's why I'm always over unsecure, with the world. That's why I'm very open personally, zero filters. Whatever is here and here is here. I look at people I judge them based on their intentions, not on what they say or what they do. So it's hard to find intentions, and that's why you got to be really a good judge of character. I'm not saying prejudge people, but that's why I say you can only see the intentions before prejudging anyone, by not prejudging someone. You can only read someone's intentions by the actions that they do and the consistency of the actions that they do. And that way you can build your judgment on a very good and very solid standing or judgment on that particular individual or anyone, or whatever matter it is. So yeah, I don't give trust to anyone. I've been spurned away so many times in my life, in my younger days, and even till now still, to the point where I don't trust. I don't care who laughs in my face and who cries in my face and who says I'm trying to give you Starlink and I'm not gonna give you Starlink. Until I can build a solid case to trust you, you're in my world, you are guilty to proven innocent from that perspective. But as far as an overall human perspective, you're always innocent until proven guilty in my mind. Look at Russia, though. They back their ruble with gold, not Bitcoin. But what are they hoarding? Go look. T Andrews 68. Yep, they backed it up with gold. But look what they're hoarding. They're hoarding a lot of Bitcoin. A lot of Bitcoin. Because we were already back, like we were already on the gold standard before, even the US was. And they switched from that. And just so you guys would know, don't be surprised if the US has the most reserve of gold out there in the world. And it doesn't have to be on Google. It's not going to be something like that. It's not going to be totally reported on Google. Do any of you know what's inside of Knoxville, guys? I made a poem about that, actually. Not the whole things. I actually do write. So I have this cheesy poem that I wrote, and when in my world, I was like, I was willing. I wrote that I was willing to break. I don't know if any of you guys want to hear it, but it makes me shy. I put it on TikTok once. But it's like I was willing to break Knoxville for this obviously lady's love. But that's the poem, you know, like I'm writing for the future queen of my life. So as you can see, I'm not giving you guys eye contact because I get shy from it, but I write sometimes. So yeah, so we don't know what's inside of Knoxville. There's nothing but crazy bars amounts of gold. Well, the US is the most well-positioned country for that. The whole world wants to switch to gold. Let's do it. Why not? How many invasions we had here over countries that had resources like that? God knows how much was transferred. America is in a great position if it goes to gold. Yeah, let's do it. We'll be the first ones to say, oh, fine, let's do it. I think US has the most gold reserves in the world, tucked away. Russia can back up whatever the hell it wants to back up. It's not. The only thing they fear, trust me, like the US fears, is this weird Bitcoin shit that came out of nowhere. And that's why they're hoarding it like crazy levels, but not directly so they don't make too much smoke. It's indirectly. It's through those, like BlackRock is the biggest asset management in the world. $8 to $12 trillion in assets. Nothing is crazy. Like the closest thing to that is Vanguard. And again, they're both not Russian companies. They're American companies. Who's the biggest Bitcoin holder? MicroStrategies, as far as a corporation. Who's the biggest investor in MicroStrategies? BlackRock. 5 to 15%. I forgot the percentages, but it's the biggest. I know that they are the biggest investor with MicroStrategy. So what does that mean? Like, if you don't believe in that coin as a company, as an investment company, because they're putting out in the PR that obviously Bitcoin is shit. Them and JP Morgan Chase. Then why are you investing in entities that have it? So that's how they're doing it. They're doing it indirectly. They're not doing it directly. So we'll see. Where is this going to take us? Pokis after Moas, I'm for sure buying crypto. Yeah? Pistacia. I can practice on you, Dana. Eventually, I'll get it right. You know, Stacia and Dana, you guys are like amazing friends. Everywhere I see you guys, even on Pantheons. So you guys are always having fun back and forth. So you guys should. I wonder if you guys have met in reality. Okay, where are we at? Stacia, you can call me one. I'm still trying to join up with the Anonymous. I just can't find their headquarters. Hey, guy got a Glock. What's good, everyone, and what's good with you, brother? What's good? Bang, bang, bang. You know what's funny is that whenever I'm down, I could easily, like if ever I'm down emotionally or mentally, I could easily just pop up over here and you guys will. That's why I love you guys so much. I don't feel like right now I'm sitting alone. I'm sitting with all of you guys. Yeah, I'm ranting, I'm doing most of the talking. This is why I came up with that idea that YouTube need to come up with that WhatsApp button where you hold on to the mic and send a voice message. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious, guys. That would be fun. Everyone speaking. Whoo, that would be amazing. We will all, like literally at any given time, it's like space calls. We'll all make space calls to each other. Like talk, everybody jump on. And it's easier to interact that way rather than just seeing a message or reading it. You hear the person. You can tell like what they try to mean by what they're writing or what they try to say. Anyways, the same in Santo Domingo. Uh, Two classes, poverty and super wealthy. Yep. Yep. You're right, Jeffrey. I know also in the Dominican Republic, I have some friends there. I have some friends here, obviously, that go there, and same shit. Same shit. Same thing in Puerto Rico. What about Mexico? I want to buy a villa on the beach, and I don't think the prices have cratered yet. Um, well, okay, here's the thing. Not a real estate advice in hell, but I'll tell you this. It's more about the cost of everything else rather than just the cost of, the property. Okay? Because for you, you're the buyer. Once you buy, you're gonna live there. What makes America the way that like so crazy and expensive and everything is so crazy is not just the valuation or the rent or the amount that you buy a property for. It's about what is going to cost you on a daily basis to maintain. So you see how you have to have insurance, you have to have this, you have to have this, you have to drive, you have to pay this, you got to pay this much in property tax. Food costs a lot, as you can see here. A meal, $5 can't feed you anymore. You remember when Subway used to have $5 foot long? How many of you are old enough to remember that? Yeah, good luck going there and getting a 6-inch for $5 now. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna like take this foot long up your ass. You're not. Foot longs are like $12, $14, $13 now, and that's just a simple example, guys. You think in Mexico is going to be like that? No, it's much cheaper for food. It's more than what the people there are used to, because they live there according to their measures, their standards. That's why when foreigners or tourists go and visit, they overcharge them. Like I know one thing that happened when I went back to Jordan once. You know what happened? They thought I was like American, like or a tourist, not from the area, because I didn't know the area anymore, And you know what they did? They tried to sell me a water bottle for $5. I was like, you nincompoops. What you think? You think I'm not from here? You're trying to sell me this for out? And people will pay for it. Tourists will pay it, because like here, we're used to when you go to amusement parks and when you go to a touristic area, you're used to overpriced numbers, So like you're okay with paying $5 for a water bottle in an amusement park because you're in an amusement park, even though you're not happy about it, but you know it, you expect it already. And they know that that's what happens here. So when you go outside the country, they're gonna try to do that. A lot of people will try to do that. They look at who you are. Okay, water bottle, $5. He'll sell it to you, and then he will go and say, that's it, I'm closed for the day. Because they cost like 10 cents. I swear, 25 cents. So yeah, so as expensive as it is over there, by their standards, it's very cheap for us here because of our income and the way that our monetary system is like. That's why it's super cool. That's why you see a lot of foreigners that come here to the US to work, but send all their money there. And when they reach that amount that they feel like they earned, they just move back and they never come back. Now, I'll tell you guys this. Quality of life, if you have money, the US is not where you live. Take it from an experienced person. If you don't have money, then the US is where you want to be, because the US has opportunities. You could go, you can create wealth if you're smart and you know how to save and you know how to work and you know how to work your two brain cells together. You'll make money. That's the good thing that don't exist there. Outside, there's no opportunities. There's life, but there's no opportunities, which means people can't get to life. They're just living under it. They see it every day, but they can't participate in it. Sad, it sucks. I'm just telling you guys right now, for you guys, as for us, for here. But if you got money, the US is not where you live. If you want to live a life and you have money, you want to live outside. You will really live life. You will feel the day. Every day I wake up here in the US and it's like, man, I just woke up and it's already like nighttime. It's about to be over. Time flies by. Just yesterday I was 25. Now I'm 33. This is the fast life in the US. Um, so yeah. Charlie B, what's up? And people were talking about Puerto Rico, right? I'm assuming everyone is bailing out of California. I'm from there, and most of my family has gotten out of there in the past couple of years. I left 25 years ago to head to New England, and wow, from there to there, I know it's expensive life in New England, isn't it, Dana? I know that it's expensive. Um, hopefully you're not a Patriots fan. But yeah, no. I Ever since the 2008 crash, it's always California. We said this yesterday in yesterday's live. California feels it first before any other, state. The hardest. And you guys know, any of you in here are hearing about the pandemic of the methadone that is happening, like the meth pandemic in San Francisco. You guys see the homeless crisis that they're having there? It is crazy. It is crazy. It's coming down to even Musk and Bezos are trying to agree with each other to to try to find a solution for that. In the same time, when everybody is looking at the San Francisco, the Golden State Warriors, and it might look like everything's great. And I know in San Francisco, the housing market is like, wow, you have a house there, you know you can sell it for quite a grip, or it will cost you quite a grip to buy something there. But you guys see the homeless crisis that they're having there, the junkies, the meth. Oh my God, like it's so crazy, man. It's unfortunate. I mean, it's bad here in Ohio too. It's so bad. I've said it in one of the lives before that it was so bad that I couldn't tell anymore. Like, you can't walk on any street nowadays, even in Ohio, here in Cincinnati. You can't walk on any street without seeing someone who's homeless. Any street. I dare you. Unless you go into Indian Hills. Indian Hills are known here for that. It's that crazy, guys. It's that crazy. Okay, so I have about 15 more minutes before I go to try to break my fast. So now I'm gonna power through the comments and no more ranting for AB. Okay, no more commenting on it. I'll just say yes, no. I'll say yeah, what I think on it, and all that stuff. Let's see. What state? New Hampshire. Yep. We are neighbors. What state are you in, Gloria? Western Massachusetts. Yeah, close. Maine. Nice. Young, are we in the end game? By July, you'll find out. Let's get a coffee or something. Yes. Well, my second business is a cafe, guys. So AB is a semi barista. I can do some art, latte art, if you guys would like. I'll show you guys some pictures or videos, mini videos. Very simple, not no crazy like how the ones you see on YouTube that they, like, they can make Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and all like crazy pictures. No, AB can't do all that. AB can just do a flower, maybe a heart. I haven't done it in a while, but maybe you could do some latte art. Yeah, I would love to do coffee with all of you guys. I would love to do everything with you guys, all of you guys as a family. We can all go kayaking, canoeing. Can you imagine all of us like going down the river and start singing Viking, like the Viking theme song? If I had a voice, I would. If I had a heart, I would love you. How many Viking fans are here? Oh my God! When on the on the picture I got on that thumbnail, That was when we went, canoeing. And there was a part where we all were coming down, and we were coming off of a little turn in the river, and we were all like, I started singing, like, singing it, and we were all it was like the people you see in the picture was not all of us. There was like 6 other people that was not in the picture. They were down the river already, and we were all singing it. It was so fitting how we were going down the river, and all of us like singing that same song at the same time. uh, we had one of my friends had his family, the other one had his family as well. His kids were howling. He was howling with his kids. It was so cute. It was amazing. It was amazing. We all should do something like this, guys. Can you imagine? You'll be afraid. It's like 150 of us, or whoever shows up. First we do a picnic or out canoe, then we do a picnic. We've got so many things. We need at least a few days for that, not just a one-day thing. We need like a 1 week vacation of all these things that we can do. Young, if it's not July, September, October, or then 2023. Well, thanks for the output, but there's nothing crazy going on in here. AB, the conspiracy theorist. uh, then I would love that. I'm not driving right now due to a car accident I was in. Ooh, once I can, it's on. I hope everything's okay, Gloria. If you need anything, please reach out to, I'll speak for myself. Reach out to me, no problem. You can always say it. We're family, all of us. Hopefully everything is great. Ghost 2, how are you doing, brother? I'm great. Hi, Mrs. Tahiti. I addressed, I'm glad to run into you. We missed you yesterday. I addressed your comment in the beginning of this live. So if you just continued with us, then I understand. But you can feel free to go back to the beginning and you can see about that. Highs and highs. I'm sorry to hear about your accident. Yep. I'll have to meet up. So at some point after the squeeze, I'll send you a plane for you. You know what's crazy? Any of you guys in here know about, oh my God, I'm opening up subjects and I'm trying to go break my fast. But any of you guys know about Tomorrowland, the music festival? AB is a big EDM fan. That's my favorite music. So I'm always trying to learn how to shuffle and step and all that stuff. So I'm a big raver. I rave. Oh yeah, when it's time to party, I rave. I mean, it's fitting because I'm a very emotional person. So you could see that, I've got so much packed in. I want to let it out. Yeah. But yeah, Tomorrowland is in Belgium. It's once every year in July. Biggest music festival in the world. It's on the bucket list. We all need to go to Tomorrowland. Oh my God. I found the perfect. Go look at Tomorrowland on YouTube. If you're not hip to it, watch the after movie. It's a whole week, and they take off, and it's like in a land in Belgium, but it's owned by the company, by Tomorrowland. It's their own land. So people, oh my God, it's I think like 2-3K, but for that whole trip, everything, going and coming back and staying. They'll give you like tents and things to stay in. They got food, they got everything. It's a crazy event, right? Of all ages too. There's no age limits. And people are going there from all over the world. You'll see so many flags. Everybody just go there for one purpose, to EDM and have fun and enjoy their life and unite. Watch one of the after movies. Just watch one of the after movies. Oh my God. 2018 was a great one. 2017 was a great one. 2016 was an amazing one. So yeah. Oh my God, I think I just found the perfect thing, or a place that can even accommodate all our numbers. And you know what's the crazier part? The plane that they take off in is all custom wrapped by Tomorrowland, and in the inside it's a party plane. It's all disco lights. The waitresses are all wearing Tomorrowland stuff. It's not the regular plane you think of. It's a party plane where everybody's like, hey, like go crazy. It'll be just fun. Oh my god. Yeah, AB is definitely gonna do that after Squeeze for sure. AB might stay there and rave until the following year's rave. Tomorrowland 2022, Tomorrowland 2023. Hopefully, no other YouTuber now takes that idea and start labeling it and say, guys, let's go to Tomorrowland. Hashtag the Wick challenge or whatever. Oh, Bora Bora. I still would choose Tomorrowland for now. Bora Bora I could always go to. But Tomorrowland still. I'm about to get a good workout and oh my god, that's a wolf workout. Good luck, bro. Enjoy it. Once my ankle is good again, I will join you with that. Get back to it. Called Buzz Mills, Pistachia. They are open 24/7, indoor and outdoor, dog friendly. They serve infused vodkas and whiskey, espresso coffees. It's awesome. Oh, so guys, you know, we should all, after the Squeeze, everyone can accommodate everyone, right? What we should do, well, besides Tomorrowland, we should all, if we truly were apes, I mean, look how we bond. Obviously, without putting too much stress on the person, but we all go and visit. I mean, that way we get to know. We get to find out more about Austin. Oh, I got a crazy story about Austin. Remind me to say it next time, Stacia. Just remind me to say it. It's crazy. It's a crazy story. I never been, but it's a crazy story. I'll tell you what it is when next time, all of you guys. But yeah, imagine if everybody comes to Cincinnati, Ohio. Not that there's much, but you get to see the Reds, the stadium. I'll take you guys everywhere. Everybody will get hotel rooms, and we will go out and, you know, go. There's a great OTR over the Rhine. We have great bars and like tasting areas, and there's some. Every place has a good, at least one or two good things about it. So there's that. You know, some people I hear here we have in New Hampshire. We could go out there, all of us. Everybody will get hotels there, and you know, we have an experience. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody will have the means to do that. You, after a whole year and a half, who knows, even a little bit more maybe, of stress, you owe it to yourself to be off of whatever for a year, you know, just going around seeing the world. Okay, party at Tijuana or Vegas? Oh my God, Young, partying with you sounds like it's gonna be like, you know, Hangover Part 4. The movie that was never made and now it's made again. I just hope I don't wake up with a tattoo on my half of my face or a missing teeth, or a tiger running around. It is. When I see you pop up, I think about it. I need some kind of fun soon. Yep. Young, I don't care where we go as long as we can all meet up. Just keep me posted. Mrs. Tahiti, you know what Young is referred to. Us three, we know what's up with Young. I don't. Crazy agenda. Dana asking Stacia about the music scene, and Ms. Tahiti, how are you doing, AB? Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it's great today. It looks like it's gonna rain later, but it was a great weather. That's why I'm using it. That's why I'm outside. I'll be in Mexico with the Wolfpack after the Squeeze. Yeah, Cam talked to me about some of those plans, but again, AB doesn't say stuff that is not. It's not his business to say. It's not my story to tell. It's Cam's story to tell. So much love to the whole entire Wolfpack, but the Wolfpack got some great plans coming up and invited me over to be a part of them, and I'll be happy to. I see some things happening. I'll be in Mexico with the Wolfpack. Yep, exactly, Young. Mexico will be the first stop. Yep, dead on about the stealing from people for Wall Street. It's pathetic that people don't see what they are doing. I have an MBA from top schools. Most are not smart or creative. Yes, thank you, Inhale 1981. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, it's similar to the narrative of when people go to YouTube channels that have a lot of subscribers. I guess they think that, oh, that means they know the most. No, most of these channels, guys, like, let me tell you something, guys. And I felt my channel fell victim to this a few times, quite. And Pantheon's fell victim to it, I guess, a couple times or a few times. But again, that's his story to tell. But what these bigger channels do is that they just go and prey on other people's information. Some of them pay for other people for the information so they can, continue to air, because, they can't just come to, I don't have anything for you guys today, so I'm not airing. They make a lot of money. So, but a lot of them are so greedy and pathetic that they go ahead and prey on other channels' informations. And they don't even know most of it sometimes. And that's the case. Same thing with these guys up there. These guys, majority of them, they just are on the power. They have the power pendulum. That's why they can swing it in any way possible, or the way that they want. The money that they possess is just taken from us. It's not that they were some sort of Nikola Tesla brain, so amazing and smart and massive that they were. Come on, guys, you've seen even Jared Kushner graduated from whatever, an Ivy League school, and many can't even find their. You remember that a few years ago when that crazy bust happened with all those celebrities that were paying money to get their kids accepted to Ivy League schools and eventually get them to graduate from there. It's not because you guys remember that. Look at the documentary in Netflix. It's hilarious. Again, it's all stolen and taken. There is more smart that is poor than there is smart that is rich. All right, what time is it? Ooh, time to break the fast. So, wow, look how far I am. Wow. Oh, well, I just scrolled down. Pantheon, welcome to the channel. Wow, look how far I am. I wish I can see these comments afterwards. Shit. I am really. Thank you. Franklin D. Roosevelt initiated it with the Saudi Arabia. Yes. Thank you, Pantheon. Wow. Look how far I am. Wow. Hopefully none of these go away. Stacia, I'm just reaching all the way to the bottom now. I got a lot of crazy Austin stories. Well, I can't wait to hear them. Well, guys, I would love to continue this even more. I didn't even feel like the time has gone by. But I will say this. I'll come back tomorrow. We have time tomorrow together. I will most likely also be going out to see my friends for the weekend, playing cards and stuff, so I might not join the Pantheon tank. I call it the Pantheon tank. On time, but at some point you guys are gonna hear me, or you're gonna see me there. So Pantheon, thank you so much. Jeffrey, everyone, Stacia, Dana, Tiny Investor, Mrs. Tahiti, everyone. If I can mention all of you guys, in hell, Young's finest, we got to put a leash on you. You're 21 years old, and you got a lot of craziness. But again, guys, I'm sorry that I'm cutting this short and right on the spot. See, Mrs. Tahiti knows my much loved slogan, but Tiny Investor is like, unsub, boo. I know she's kidding. Jeffrey, thank you again. Thank you for your time as well. Appreciate your listening, spending the evening with me. I wish we could talk more. Like I said, we have a lot more to talk about. Don't worry, we'll pick up right from here tomorrow. Just bring the same energy, guys. And once again, much love, AB Investments.